the cover of Entrepreneur came out, August 2012, and our lives changed.
Anyone that looked around knew that that was the start of amazing things for us.
Gave us the credibility we needed. We were always like the smaller agency fighting it out, and that kind of made the statement that we're here and we mean business.
So we started off as a small underdog execution agency that no one really paid attention to. And today we're the biggest agency group in South Africa. We're probably one of South Africa's largest first-time employer. And for us, that's the magic. That's why we come to work.
I'm a global business speaker and private equity partner. So I spend my time traveling the world and speaking to business people. And when I'm not doing that, I spend my time buying companies and making them great.
Even though we had won multiple awards like Bookmarks Awards, Assegai Awards, we realized in order to get next level growth, we needed to change. Now we're up to 45 staff, our turnover has quadrupled, and we're moving offices into 4 times our space.
About 10, 11 years ago, I acquired Spartan. So Spartan's a 34-year-old business. I acquired it at age 31. For just under 60 million rand, thereabout. It was a big jump for me at such a young age, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. We at Spartan finance small and medium businesses. I see the Entrepreneur magazine as a catalyst. It's not a normal magazine, right? Because it's written with the audience in mind, with this high energy, perhaps slightly ADD entrepreneurial set. It is very key to one's growth. Also, what is clear is that if I look at my journey from pre-startup to micro and then to medium-sized and onwards, this magazine has added value for me right throughout that time. And so I still keep the copies, most of them. Sometimes I cut out certain articles. There'll always be 1 or 2 things that comes to me and says, this I can implement.
Where do you go for knowledge as an entrepreneur? We like it quick, we want it fast, we want it punchy and informative, and we want something we can apply today. I want to read a 5-minute article and tomorrow do something that I'm not doing today. Even before I became a writer for the magazine, I was a huge fan of it because I was able to pick it up and on a flight somewhere or just about to start a sales meeting with my guys, or it's at 30 minutes just before I get to work, I can flip through a couple of articles, read a few articles on something that's specific, and right now I've got something I'm going to do. And it just allows you to move the needle.
I really think that any person running a business or any entrepreneur needs to keep reading as much as they can. Read publications, read Entrepreneur magazine. I do religiously, and there's a very simple reason why I do. I live in this industry every day, so I don't really want to read advertising and marketing magazines because that's the vertical in which I operate every day. But when I read about people from other industries, USN, pharmaceuticals, financial services, very often I get perspectives that I don't get in my own industry. And there have been many times where I've read a story about USN and their business model, and I thought, wow, we should actually apply some of those learnings into our business. And ordinarily in industry-specific publications, I would never have got that insight.
Merchant Capital is very innovative and disruptive. We're one of the finalists of the F&B Innovator Awards, and that just shows that what we're doing in the unsecured lending space, helping SMEs access finance, is innovative from a disruptive point of view. I'm an avid monthly reader. I read it sort of in spare time and on weekends. Really interesting tidbits of information for entrepreneurs. And I've actually found direct business from the magazine.
Their homecoming was sitting as a non-profit, and so wondering, is there any way that I could actually commercialize my purpose? We're primarily about bringing African skills back home, and it's really been a great success. I read about these incredibly high caliber entrepreneurs who are actually just normal people as well, and you hear about their highs and their lows, and it's very, very real worries that they have that you have. So it makes it accessible, but it's also really, really pushing you to aspire to that kind of caliber of the people that are featured in your magazine.
Realizing the challenge of wanting to become a bigger business, we had to look at the business model and see if it had the ability to scale, if it had the ability to grow at the type of growth rates we needed. In the first year of the whole merge, we went to 75 million rand in a year, and we're looking to grow to about 110 million in this next year. Entrepreneur magazine gave me a great knowledge base to be able to learn and understand what other successful people have done, how they've made growth in their business, as well as all of those articles that you need in terms of understanding leadership, management, etc. It was a vital source for me, particularly in the early days, and continues to be now, because my growth challenge is different and I've now got a new set of questions. So I look at a different set of articles today than I arguably would have 3 years ago, but the magazine's still giving me that same content and ability to use it as a learning tool.
Entrepreneur magazine adds tremendous value to any corporate manager. It's not just for your business owner. The articles in there, if you're an entrepreneur or an intrapreneur, is exactly the same. An entrepreneur has the benefit of having preferably a good brand behind them from the corporate that they're working for, and also the balance sheet.